In case you didn't get the memo on her multiple Instagram lives and tweets,
Shut the up.
this album further solidifies her stance on her fans and music. She doesn't give a or all this was just to create buzz for her album release. Either way, it works because outrage is currency nowadays. Let's get into the album review, shall we? My Olivia Rodrigo review is doing pretty well for my channel right now. You should check it out after this, if you're into Olivia Rodrigo. And that's the reason I'm reviewing Scarlet. I'm hella late with this review. The album has been out a month now. Nevertheless, we're still doing it, obviously.
She got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, 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 ming. She got vision, she got vision, she got vision, ming, ming.
While I enjoy Doja Cat's music, I'm also not on her Instagram trying to find out what she's up to. And this is even before she started alienating her fans. I wasn't checking for her like that, which I'm sure she'll be thrilled to hear. So you can say my review of this album is coming from a pretty neutral standpoint. I'm not a stan, and I'm also not a Doja Cat hater. What is there to love or hate? I don't know this woman from a can of paint. Speaking of paint, Paint the Town Red. Second single of the album, I believe. Why do I feel like this song was a last-minute add-on? But it did make #1 on Billboard though. Took me a few lessons to appreciate the song. Not crazy about the beat. It's not bad, but there's nothing special about it. I do like the bars, except this line. I put good in all my kidneys. What the hell does that even mean? Is it so deep it's in your kidneys? Anyway, track 2. Demons, her third single. She's doubling down on her message from track 1. Lots of people that were sleeping say I rap now. I feel attacked. I didn't realize Doja Cat was a serious rapper. I thought she was a singer who occasionally raps. That's how much of a fan I am. Well, I've been put in my place now. This green bathtub scene in the video, a nod to The Shining, I'm guessing. Anyway, I'm not crazy about the song, but the video slaps. It's a horror feature. Unpopular opinion, the video actually sells the song, which will be great for spooky Halloween TikToks. That was definitely part of the plan, I'm sure. Outrage is currency again. She got people talking about this video. Now I'm going to skip around to track 11 often. This is giving Erykah Badu. Can't Wait and Agora Hills is totally about Jay Cyrus, if she's still dating him. Those are the only 2 songs on that album that are not like, fuck you. Okay, 5 tracks in, 12 more to go. Okay, so this album is hella long. Typically, albums are about 10 to 14 tracks, and according to her Instagram post, the album is 15 tracks. However, I listened to this on YouTube and it is 17 tracks. There's a track on there called WYM Freestyle and another entitled Shut Your, as in shut your mouth. So need I explain what that song is about? The freestyle is more or less the same energy. Basically, you are whack and I'm the Next track, Wet Vagina. I can say vagina on YouTube, right? It's not vulgar, it's a biological term. She definitely couldn't have named the song Wet. Cardi B and Meg will come for her. No wait, I think they're friends. They were both on Ariana Grande's remix of 3435, if I recall correctly. Anyway, the song is hands down my favorite on the album, aside from Attention. That intro alone, it just sounds like the track is about to be lit, and I was just waiting for that beat to drop, and it did not disappoint. Baloo, I'm not sure if I pronounced that properly, but that's a strange title for a song, because Baloo is a fertilized egg. I was literally 2 years old when I found out what that is, but I guess it could mean from the song that she's not at her peak yet, so don't sleep on her. I mean, she did say in Paint the Town Red that she'll eat 10 times more. The girls. Love the beat, very 90s, but also weirdly reminds me of Jay-Z and Alicia Keys' Empire State of Mind. Ouchies, I see lots of TikToks with this song. Something about the counting. It's a great hype song, sports movie montage vibes, workout/training vibes. Go off. That beat goes hard. I quite like this song, makes me want to snap my fingers or do the shoulder lean. Sounds southern, like circa 2004 to 2007 with Lil Jon and all the others. 4 tracks left: 97, Gun, Love Life, and Skull and Bones. Honestly, you guys, I'm not going to go through each one of these tracks because none of them stood out to me. It's a snooze fest, and I won't be changing my mind anytime soon because I have listened to each track at least 3 times with my headphones and searched up the lyrics, so I have given them a fair chance and done my due diligence. Now, my impression of this album, it has no features. So Doja is doing all the singing and all the rapping, and that's impressive because she's actually really good. As previously mentioned, Attention, Go Off, Wet Vagina, and Can't Wait are my standout tracks. That being said, I'll give this album a solid 7 out of 10. It's good, like I said, but very repetitive, most likely directed at some of her fans who she got into it with online. Her harmonies are enjoyable, but at least half of the tracks don't have replay value for me. And again, perhaps that was intentional. I mean, she did call her other albums cash grabs, so what does that make this album? A cash repellent? Hip-hop lovers will appreciate it, but the girls who are only used to her pop music won't know what to do with this version of Doja. Now, every pop mainstream girl in the last 20 to 30 years has to have an edgy era, and it's just Doja Cat's turn. The black and white cover or a cover devoid of color is usually a clue. We saw it with Christina Aguilera's sophomore album, Stripped, Rihanna's 3rd and 4th album, Beyonce's 3rd album, Taylor Swift's Reputation. With Ariana Grande, her first album was a transition from her Nickelodeon image, Cat, into the Ariana Grande we know today. Then there's Demi, her 4th album, Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster. Well, Lady Gaga was always avant-garde to me. Anyway, now we have Doja's Spider, or is it a Scorpion album cover, devoid of color. Perfect for that transition. And that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back next week with 1989 Taylor's version review. By the way, 1989 and Reputation have always been my favorite Taylor albums, and I'm not even a Swiftie. Anyway, thanks for watching or listening, and I'll see you when I see you sometime next week with that album review of 1989. Bye!